You have to know about this stuff. You're a Scientologist, aren't you?
No, I don't know what RPF is.
Okay, it's like some. I know they have one like here, probably in the basement. It's a higher level program for if you're out of ethics. You know, like when you're out of they say out of ethics, so that's their way of saying, I guess, like what we would consider, I guess, a criminal.
But
But
I've been down in the basement. I haven't seen anything like that.
or it could be the first floor. I don't know where. Ask them for where their RPF program is. It's a program. It's not necessarily like
What
a
about the
jail
child
cell.
abuse? What happened with the child abuse?
What do you mean? What happened with it?
I don't know.
Well, auditing's child abuse. Do you ever see how when they audit you? Do you understand like they're auditing? Are you aware of that
I
practice?
mean, feel free to enlighten me.
Okay, I mean, I would love to. So basically, when you're auditing, it's like that they have the e-meters they put their hands on.
Uh huh.
Okay, and so they do this to children as well, and they have to question you because they believe that anything that happens to you, like say if you have a stomach ache, okay,
Uh huh.
and I know your camera's on, that's fine. Whoever's watching can get a lesson. That's fine. Um, So, say if you get a stomach ache, okay, they believe that you brought that into yourself, that you drew this in, okay? And so you had to get audited to find out what you did. And the thing is with them, it may not even be in this life. Like they believe that we're continuously recycling and recycling lives. So it could be 2 lives ago where you brought this in.
Okay.
Okay, so, they are going to ask you every kind of question, sexual, criminal. So basically, it's a nice data mining, okay? So, if, like the questions that they ask, they're going to get your whole entire history. And it could be as inappropriate as like,
That's a problem now.
well, if you're doing this to children, and they have children who do the auditing too. They don't have no age limit.
Considering children.
Okay, if you think 12 years old should be with a loan.
Say children, you're talking about like under 18.
Yeah, under 18. Do you think it's appropriate for someone under 18 to be locked in a room where they cannot leave, no one can leave, and either be audited or do the auditing because there's children auditors under 18 asking the most inappropriate questions, asking everything about anything that's not appropriate
Well,
for a child.
what exactly is an inappropriate question?
I mean, if you want me to be like nasty, like all about your sex life. I know one guy. He was an auditor as a youth. He was like 14 years old, and they asked in the question, asked they have someone in their ear sometimes if they don't get the right questions, and he had to ask a grown adults, do you play with yourself, whatever. How do you feel? Are you attracted to me right now? Are you having thoughts about me? Like it's so perverse and so disgusting.
But how do you know this is factual?
Because I know it's factual. I mean, there's people that have done it. There's plenty of witnesses.
But how do you know the witnesses are telling the truth?
Well, I mean,
I wouldn't know what.
I know, I get what you're saying, but auditing, it's inappropriate. It's still inappropriate to put a child in a situation in a room. That's what they do. They also do ethics handling. Everything is your fault. That's abusive.
Wait, they're not allowed to ask questions?
When you are being audited, okay, you are in a room, okay? Now you're an adult, you are consenting to that. You are consenting to pay to be interrogated for all your lives, okay?
Maybe the kids, maybe their parents.
Okay, but children cannot consent. I agree with you. The parents are doing that. But children can't consent. So it's not fair to put a child through that. It's extremely abusive.
Questions doesn't necessarily amount to child.
It's not, yes, it is. Their level of questioning does. It's across the board.
Then you gotta remember there's different cultures and things like that. Different people are gonna have different um, ideas what's considered appropriate and not appropriate. I mean you could go over to some of the Indian cultures, some African cultures, and marrying 12-year-olds completely legitimate. It's viewed as normal things like that. So I mean,
Well, I would protect any 12-year-old in any culture from that because that's child abuse.
when asking if
To marry 12-year-old, absolutely. If I were anywhere where a 12-year-old can be married to an adult, I'll be there to protest. And how come all the people leaving Scientology, they all have the same story about what they went through as children? How come they all have the same story? They all say the same thing. But even worse, yes.
verified that they were,
Okay, and yes, what happened was that, like, also, like, their parents They, because they're in the Sea Org, they can't. They sign their kids over to the church, so they don't even get the custody of the kids. The church runs the kids, and okay, yes, the parents are doing that, but they're submitting their kids to this process.
The Catholic Church, I mean, don't they deserve some attention as a lot of assaulted down priests being like
Yeah,
minors?
absolutely.
I mean,
The
that's
same thing.
your organization, Scientology. That seems to be far more
Okay, but Scientology does everything in secret.
drastic.
This is all done in secret. They have children in hotels. That for years they have children in hotels, huh?
The Catholic
That what? No, no, the Catholic Church does not systemically molest children as part of their rituals. Okay, this abuse is done. Their rituals, their actual doctrines, their actual religious practices, is abusive to children. Okay, it's abusive to adults too, but they are signing up for it. They consent. I don't care about the adults. If an adult wants to go and be treated like that, that's on them. But you cannot sign your child over to be abused. Okay, you cannot. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's this building. Have you been to all the hotels that they own? Okay. Well, can you check them out? Like, I would love it if you would. I get that there's a lot of attention here, so they're not hiding the kids here. I have seen children here. I've seen children also at like the apartments that they own. If you go to Celebrity Center, you'd see. I bet you'd see children, but you haven't been everywhere. And I'm not gonna, So yeah, okay, right here, you haven't seen some kids. You know what? That makes me happy to hear. That makes me extremely happy.
they don't even have people under 18 even.
That's not true because they just had a recently. Somebody joined the Sea Org and they're under 18. That's like signing up for like a fake space military thing. Nothing is wrong with the military, but what they're doing is not the military. Okay, our United States military wouldn't allow an under 18-year-old to join, and they don't do that. And the military doesn't have people in their military that works 110 hours for $47 a week. They don't have them where you cannot connect with your family.
Time out. If somebody wants to join this organization
They're free to do so if they're 18.
and do that, they want to work for $47, like,
Yeah.
who cares?
I don't care. I could care less. It doesn't, unless you're under 18. Is that they play on the desperation of people. Okay, they need help. They want to come here, so they promise them this, and then it's a bait and switch, and then you get this. Okay, because people are desperate, or people in war-torn area. I'm not even saying it's all Ukraine. How many people they're bringing in from Ukraine? Okay, because they play on their desperation to get out of a bad situation. And then you're locked, then you sign up for a billion-year contract. Okay, it's fine if you're an adult. But you know how many kids have signed all these, you thinking all these survivors are lying? They have pictures of it.
I don't care one way or the other, but I haven't seen any kids.
Okay, well, you know what? You should be, then it shows me that the fact that there could be, and there's been a long history of it, of people that can prove that they were under 18 signing billion-year contracts. One person, she signed the first one at 4 years old. You think a 4 years old should be able to sign a billion-year contract? I don't care what you do as an adult. If you're a consenting adult, who cares? But when you're a child, you really think that you should be, that you don't think it's a kooky, you don't think it's disgusting and degenerate for them to be signing children to billion-year contracts? And then, well, it's true. And then when they're in here, yes, we do know it. There's enough evidence. Do some research. There's plenty of evidence out there. Plenty. Okay, and then the children are paying these, the cops aren't listening. They're so embedded with the police. They're so everything with the police. And then they owe all their classes, so then they have all these money that they owe. Keep it up. I know you're a Scientologist.
Definitely not embedded with the police, so they're
You want to bet?
I know so.
Oh, I know they are. They're getting less and less. Oh, yeah, they are. They're on all their CPABs. What are you talking about? They're on all their CPABs. I see you don't, but I do. Look it up. I know they are on their CPAPs. They are on their Chamber of Commerce's. They are on their bids. They are on everything in the local government to make sure.
They're not allowed to be on the bid.
Of course they're allowed. Did I say they're not allowed? But I'm saying it builds a relationship that works in their favor. Why is Hollywood with all? Do you admit that there's that people you think all those kids are claiming that they've been molested in Hollywood? That how many times did they go to the police and nothing happens? Yeah, all the people, and how's it coming out now that, yeah, okay, yeah, it was true, and the police turned it, they're corrupt. Hollywood division, there's so much corruption, it's not funny. No, it's not a separate issue. It's the same issue. It's the same issue. That's why, yeah, because Scientology donates a lot of money to LAPD, to their youth programs. They're on all their boards. They sit there with they're narking on and helping them out. Oh, we're going to help you with criminal and all that stuff. So they may, whatever. But then the cops don't come and here and check on what's really going on. And you know what? You can sit here and try to gaslight me or whatever. All I say is do your research. Go ahead and be a Scientologist.
You just said that they're donating to the youth program. Well, that's a positive, isn't it?
Not if it buys you favor.
Do we know who's buying them a favor?
Oh, yeah. How many times they call and the cops come in 2 seconds, but if I call, it'll be 2 hours. Yeah, it buys them favor.
So,
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
it depends on the price.
Well, you know what? Maybe maybe you know what? You know what? It's called a continuous pattern. When you see patterns of the same thing one time, okay, but when you see a consistent pattern, then you can kind of say, oh, okay, put 2 and 2 together. You know what? Because we're not dumb. You can put a pattern together. If you're a kid, 12 years old, and you're in a room and you're not allowed to leave, and they're going to be asking you every kind of question to get back to your life before and your life before that to figure out why you have a tummy ache, okay, that's abusive.
So how long is this interrogation over?
That's their whole process.
Is it an hour interrogation? Is it a...
It's continuous. That's their whole religious thing. This is not a religion. Okay, a religion. I go to church. Okay, I don't care for grown-ups. I care for kids.
What? There's no kids?
Yes, there is.
Where?
Are you kidding me? There's a lot of kids. Okay, because you're just here and you're just being nonsensical. If you don't think a lot of these parents don't have kids in Scientology, you're crazy. They do.
Everyone I've spoken to doesn't have any kids.
Okay, because you're here in a Sea Org. You go to all the private citizens who also pay money to have their kids go through purification rituals where they got to, they have to do saunas and with adults. It's disgusting. So, okay, and if you know what, okay, I'll give you this. No, let the government in and let them see that there's no kids. Let them see what's going on in these things. Make everybody, for all, because I believe all the survivors, they're all telling the same things.
They pick up the phone and call 911 if they're being held hostage.
Yeah, unless you're brainwashed, but you're freaking brainwashed and they're scared because they constantly tell them that the police are the enemies, we're the SPs, the enemies. It's called brainwashing. So yeah, they could, but they're not going to let them come here. They had to help me, son. What are you calling? Someone had tape that said help me, and the cops came and they came up to the door and they said everything's fine and they sent them away. So I know you're a real slick talker, but that's fine. Yeah, you well, you think you are. Okay, look up literally Surge. Look up him. Literally Surge.
How you spell search?
Serge. Serge. Literally Surge. That's his channel on YouTube. Watch every one of his videos, please. Okay, because he's the one. Him and Laura FM, those two got me involved. Okay, I consider them friends now. Okay, they got me involved. Now, if you watch and in good faith, see, I know you're yanking my chain. I know you're not serious.
Why?
I don't know, because it's the way you talk. I mean, if I'm wrong, forget.
How am I talking?
Well, because the fact that you're sitting there, you're making a film to go laugh at later, and that's fine. And I guess is that going to OSA? Hi, OSA. Hi, OSA. Is that going to OSA?
I don't know who OSA is.
Yes, you do.
I don't know.
You really don't know who OSA is? Who do you think is the operation? What's OSA stand for? I always forget what it stands for. Operation. What's it stand for, guys?
All I know is Sea Organization.
No, right. This is a Sea Org, but OSA is like their police force. No, it's office. I forget what it stands for because I just call it OSA. Office of Special Affairs. There you go. Office of Special Affairs. Seriously.
Maybe they weren't. I don't have no.
They are. They are over all that. And
Yeah, maybe they exist. Maybe they weren't. So the money came.
they do. And I'm okay with that because children cannot consent, OSA. Children cannot consent. And that's all I want. Yes, I mean literally Surge. Yeah, literally Surge. Look up Oh No Nora and look up Growing Up in Scientology and Life After a Cult, and there's a lot of them. Did I say kidnap like that? No. What they do is they trick you okay, into with a personality test. Doesn't it sound great? Okay, they give you a personality test, and then you get, oh, well, you need help here. You know what? We have classes for you that's going to help you. That sounds great, and you start paying the money.
I mean, how many of these like Ponzi scheme business ideas?
That's what. There you go. Bingo. Thank you. Ponzi scheme. It's not a church.
Like a million on one of those things.
Okay, but they don't get tax exempt status as a church. They do.
Making more money than you? I don't get it.
No, I'm not mad at that. No, that they're making more money. I don't want tax exempt status for a Ponzi scheme. It's not a religion. It's not a church. I am taking it up. What do you think I'm doing? I mean, I'm having a conversation with you because you stopped me, and I'm going to talk to you.
Something like the IRS can eradicate.
Okay, but the way they got the IRS, but that's going to be a fight. Yeah, I mean, it's not like the IRS is going to, I'm going to walk into the IRS agency and say, oh, here, and they're going to say, okay, it's going to take Congress and stuff. But then you need Congress to do it. But how do you know I'm not? How do you know I'm not doing all that? You think I'm just here going up and down the street? Well, because I'm here. I was here filming to see if these planners are still here because I'm upset that the city is allowing this. Their permit says they have to have a 20-foot dedicated lane for emergency vehicles. Can you show me where? I said, the permit said, let me say it again. There has to be a 20-foot dedicated lane from start to finish for emergency vehicles. Show me where the dedicated lane is from start to finish.
Is that what it says? I don't have the pen.
20 feet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
I will stipulate, right. I will stipulate that from that lane to there is 20 feet. Okay, but it has to go all the way through.
No.
Yes, that's what their permit says.
And then you make a right turn.
No. It says it has to go straight through. It has to go through a 20-foot vein from end to end. Show me. Oh, it's there. Oh, I have it. I have seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, I have.
Where? I haven't seen it.
Go look at their permits.
I've read it many a time.
No, the second page, page 2.
Page 2 of the permit?
Yes, they only show you page 1. And see, they try to get LAPD to only show page 1. You think we're stupid? We found page 2. This is a public street. So why do they get to close it? Just because there's other streets? Okay, all right, let me, okay.
Why do homeless, we're on the same page, why do
I hope they can hear you. I don't have a good microphone.
take up like the sidewalk? I mean, don't we all have a right to use the sidewalk, use the public park, and I mean, it's the
Well, it's not a huge organization that has the money to do otherwise. The unhoused don't have the money. I mean, they don't have the housing. There's not enough housing. That's not even a comparison. This is a huge billion-dollar company that is intentionally abusing the community by closing the street endlessly. Okay.
So certain people should get more attention or
Okay. Let me ask you that. You asked a question. Let me ask you a question. If you're saying it's okay for an organization to shut down a street because they want to, what if what? I agree with you. Oh, I 100% agree with you. 100%. There's no. But can I finish my question? Let me finish? Okay. So just say, just in a 5-mile radius, there's an organization on every block that wants a closure, okay? And say the city, okay, gives them the closure, our city would be shut down. But see, for some reason, if every block there was an organization, they got their closure, we want our closure, and they pay their money to get it, you'd shut the city down. But so why is it okay for them to do it, but they would never allow everyone else to do it all around them? Only Scientology gets away with it. Why is that? And I'm sure you and I can agree, even though you don't believe that there's child abuse, I'm sure I would like to believe that you'd be against it. Okay. Okay, but all right.
I mean, getting back to Scientology, so apart from the ordering, that's like the only issue is that they have people under 18 doing like ordering. And I'm not being condescending. I'm genuinely curious. Like,
Yeah, I mean that's why I don't care what adults do.
I mean, pedophilia, is there any
Yes, there's victims that were abused. You know what? Why don't you watch Literally Surge?
souls? I mean,
Watch Literally Surge. Watch all his videos, and then let's pick up this conversation.
We got that.
Children. That's it. I don't care what adults do. That's all. As long as I know there's no kids can't consent.
Keep an eye out for them. But I've seen like
But you're only here. Do you do any of their other? Do you do their hotels and Celebrity Center and all these other things?
I mean the hotel is right here. I haven't seen it.
There's a lot of hotels. There's different hotels. Okay, well, good. That's good. Watch Going Clear. Have you tried Going Clear? Did you watch the documentary Going Clear?
Going clear.
Yeah. Going Clear. Look up Serge Obelinsky. Look up Literally Surge. Okay, and then you know what? Then what's going to happen is you're going to get suggestions, and if you do that, and then next time we come and we have this talk, we can talk about it.
How long ago was like the last child order that somebody?
They still audit. Auditing there's a companies. Look up Mace Kingsley. Okay, they advertise auditing for children and also purification rituals for children. That's where they stick them in saunas for bombarded with vitamins and in a sauna for hours. Okay,
People at the gym all the time that was doing it for like hours.
children. You see children doing it with bombarded with like mega amounts of niacin. Okay, well if you see that, there's a child. But if you seen all that.
What's wrong with the sauna or vitamin? I'm not trying to be funny.
No, it's a purification ritual, okay? If I'm 8 years old and my mom wants to pay money, okay, for me to get bombarded, like way over the recommended amount of niacin, which causes massive flushing. It's actually painful to take.
Does a big pharma do that to like the whole population every time Kaiser writes it?
No,
No.
no, because, no, they don't. They do not make you sit in the sauna and purify and drink oil and saunas with grown-ups and kids together because they don't see children as children. It'd be, if they saw children as children, even maybe that'd be a step in the right direction, but they don't. They cross the lines because they don't see children as children.
What do you mean by they don't see them as
They considered, because they have to go by L. Ron Hubbard. He's that crazy. He's a felon, but he fraud. Well, the religion's based on fraud. Okay, there you go. They believe that children are adults in small bodies. They do not believe that they're children, but they are.
I'll ask you that.
Thank you. Yeah, ask about it. What? Yeah, if they believe that children are children, or do they believe because they believe they're adults in young bodies. And so when you do that, you don't have to give you can tell yourself you don't have to protect them like you would. Like we believe in protecting children. So who are you going to watch on YouTube?
Clear something. What is one clear?
Going Clear.
You said the other ones will pop up on that?
Literally Surge.
Pop up.
Yeah, if you hit Glowing Clear, you'll get to see it's a documentary. Yes, yes. And then and look up Literally Surge. If you do those two and watch all that, and then then you can tell me what you think. And if you think it's all hogwash, then you know what? You have a right to your opinions. I'm not trying to deny you out of your right to your opinions. I want the street open, and I want fire trucks to be able to get through. Because even you,
I've seen the fire truck.
oh, you've seen a fire truck get through this.
Yeah.
A big rig. How did it get through? Please show me.
They ran around.
A big rig. Those big rigs.
It's a chiller. It steers from the back. It can do all kinds of crazy things.
Oh, it went through here.
The ambulance did.
Well, an ambulance maybe, okay, but I'm talking about they go by. It's called Life Force. They send it rig. What if there's an earthquake and that third floor is on the first floor? I mean, what if the Scientology, even though you're saying it's Scientology owns it, what if it's on fire?
It's a tiller. Look it up. It's a tiller truck. It steers from the back. It can do all kinds of crazy things.
Okay, it's not going to get through that.
Well, the fire department's been out here and says it's good to go.
The fire department has, for real?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting. I'd like to see how.
I don't know. I mean, again, they're aware. They've been out here. They haven't brought up any concerns.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe they got their, who knows, maybe they get a monthly check or something. Who knows what they get? I mean, I don't know. How do I know? I mean, I didn't say they are. I'm not accusing it, but who knows? I mean, that's a question for them. So I'm here. I want the street opened and I want this accessible. Like the community, we own the street. Scientology doesn't. I'm obsessed. Yeah, I'm here for city issues right now. The other ones are just things that we're talking about. I can't go and rescue kids out of the building. I just can't do that. But I'm going to talk and bring awareness. So that's good. That makes me happy that you haven't. Because you know what? I'm actually going to, that if right here you're telling me it's not there, good. That makes me put at ease. For that right here, it's not happening. But I mean, I don't know if you would tell me if there were.
I mean, I'm not going to allow, if I source something that was of a criminal nature, I would certainly.
How do you know what criminal nature is if it's like auditing and it's behind closed doors and no one's allowed in there?
That I thought was,
How would you know? They're just saying, oh, we're auditing. This is part of our religion.
I haven't seen any order. Maybe it's out there. I haven't seen
Oh, it's there. That's their foundation of their religion. That's their rituals. That's like going. Trust me, they're doing that. Now, how about this? Say if somebody wanted to get dropped off in a handicapped van or whatever, where are they going to get off? No, they want to go to that address right there, and they want to be dropped off right in front of it.
Is it vacant property?
It's not. I don't care. I mean, I can be dropped off where I want. It's public street. This is public. I mean, this is not. Why do they think they own it? That's what. Like, I don't get. Why do they think they can do this?
The van stopping? I mean, if the van stops and lets the person in the wheelchair out, I mean, how are you going to get up on the?
But I'm not going to.
Unless you go down to the corner.
Right, because they have this blocking it.
Wait. So if you get dropped off,
yeah.
There's no ramp or driveway.
No, they have the ramps that come out. I do it all the time. If I want to be dropped off here because I'm going to this address, I should have a right to be able to be dropped off there or any of these. Maybe I want to visit. Maybe that's my friend over there.
I'm not sure what the city codes are on that, but that'd be a very good question
okay.
for street services.
Right, I agree with you. And these are the questions I'm asking of them.
Yeah.
But, it's not street services that's doing it. Do you see the rub?
Yeah, but they're responsible.
Agreed. But is it, But you know what? When a criminal is committing crime, you can say, well, it's up to the police. The police should be taking care of it. Okay, yeah, agreed. But you know what? It's the criminal still committing the crime.
So, I mean, the robberies, the rapes, the murders,
okay.
The gangs,
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go that's not what I want to deal with. I'm going to deal with this. I want to deal after after I learned about what all these survivors went through, because this is going on behind closed doors. Yeah. Oh, I agree with you. But I mean, I'm only one person. Okay, I'm only one person. I'm interested in community activism. Yes, I care about all that stuff. I care about the Catholic Church. That's what everyone's right. Whenever everyone wants to divert, and why aren't you doing the Mormons? Why aren't you doing the Catholics? I mean, why don't we fix this problem first, and then we'll move on to the Catholics? We'll fix this first. Okay, well, you know what, and that's horrible. And you know what, I'll go with you. Let's do it together. I'll go down with you. Let's go do it. Since that's on your mind, let's go do it. I'll do it. Let's go down there and talk to them. I am involved in another school where in that, maybe not, I don't know what, in neighborhood I'm getting involved with trying to help. So I do that stuff too on a different level. But I want to fix this problem. Okay. I mean, and that's what I want to fix. I want, making sure that making sure the street opens up.
How does that stop ordering?
Well, I can't fix all that. That's just bringing awareness to where somebody's going to look into it. I mean, what am I going to do? Like, my chair bulldoze down I can't even get you to listen or, whatever. So I know, but you're sitting there mocking it. You're not really taking it serious. And everyone's telling me what, I'm not even paying attention to my chat. Yeah, and I want to fix it. And LAPD too needs to be fixed. So yeah, that's a lot on my plate right now. Scientology, the city permitting, LAPD, and that's a lot, right? For one lady, that's a lot. Yeah, and they kind of intermingle. Like, I had no intention of ever dealing with Scientology. I just thought they were a bunch of weird. But when I found out, all these survivors that survived, like literally Surge. It was literally Surge, really. And also Laura FM. I'm telling you, it's because of him that I got involved. If I never met literally Surge in person, and know him personally, I wouldn't have known about it. I would just, oh, that's a Scientology. They're a bunch of weirdos, and it would have been that. But hearing this, and then hearing all the other survivors who tell the same story, you have one person telling a story, but you have 100 people telling the same, hundreds. Yes, and many of them killed themselves after, not being able to survive what they went through mentally, the abuse. It's mental abuse.
A lot of people in Hollywood, child actors, things like that.
I agree, and there's another level of abuse, but I mean, I'm one person. I can't take on all of it. I wish I could, but maybe if I bring awareness to this,
Just trying to understand
but I guess there's other people who bring, why? Because
look at the varying levels of
that's Serge is my friend. Would you protect your friends? Would you want to go battle them and whoever hurt them and who damaged them and who abused them? Would you not want to go and say, you know what, you did this to my friend, but you're not going to do it to anyone else? Like, it's personal because I know these people.
right.
Okay, so that's why. And as much as my heart aches for any kid on Slauson that would lose their life in the midst of gang violence, I hate that. But these are people I have gotten to know personally, who I care about, and their stories. I mean, every story has variations, but there's similarities in all of their stories. Not one of them has, all of them are the same storylines with different manifestations. It's not so easy to leave. They make it very hard to leave because they say then you owe a freeloader debt. Where, like, if you leave because they're paying all your courses, you're leaving with like maybe a $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 worth of debt that the courts so far have been upholding. You also have arbitration. And not only that, if you're mentally held in prison, it's not so easy to leave.
I would agree with the mental part.
And if you're in that program for 2 years to the where and if you're a 16-year-old or whatever, you really think you're going to stand up to this? Come on. I mean, none of us would.
Right. Again, I'm just saying, I'm personally,
I think, and that's a fair question. Why don't they just leave? Well, they make it really hard, and if they do get to, there is a program where you can leave.
people want to get out of gangs, and it's like they try to get out and they get killed.
Right, exactly.
Scientology killing anyone?
I didn't say they were, but there's mental, you can be mentally, held hostage.
No, I get it.
I mean, and so it's different levels. And I just don't want another Serge Obolinski. Look up his story, okay? He was a 14-year-old in Sea York.
Is this out of like here, LA, California?
Yeah, that's Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
It's all these stories, for the most part, are either in Clearwater, Florida, or Hollywood. Now, Serge, that's their headquarters. Now, Serge Obolinski's story is here in Hollywood. He was 14 years old. Okay, he was. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to guess in his 40s. Okay, he.
So this happened a while back.
Yeah, this happened a while back, but it doesn't mean if this is their principles and this is how they are, how do we know they've changed without them proving it?
Well, that's what my question earlier was, is like, when was the last report of, abuse or escaping or whatever? Like, we're talking about 30 years ago.
It's not all 30 years ago. I mean, okay, well, you know what? If they're not doing it anymore, great. Let's just prove it then, right? They should be the ones to have to show that they're no longer doing this stuff. Okay? But they're still doing stuff because they're still auditing children. They're still putting them through excess, they're still doing courses. They're still doing all that stuff. But if you're talking about the stuff like Serge Obolinski, where he went and was playing with fireworks and blew off his hand and his eye, and, they don't like disabled people too much. So they sent him packing. They said, you have to go. You're no longer fit for Sea Org. Okay. And they told his parents they can have nothing to do with him anymore. He's an SP now. He's no longer part. His mom broke the rules and did get him set up on like Social Security or whatever. He couldn't make it. He was like 14, 15 years old. Okay. He ended up becoming homeless with one eye and no hands. Okay. And became homeless on the streets of Hollywood. Okay, and that's because, they gave him $500 and here, go. Okay, I mean, that was a kid, 14 years old, 15 years old, maybe, whatever, under 18. I hope they're not doing that anymore. That'd make me very happy, getting all that. But you can't sue them. Everything has to go through arbitration. When they sign those contracts, you're signing away your rights, that everything has to be arbitrated. And guess what? You don't get any representation. They get to decide everything. So who are they going to vote for? You think they're going to really vote on the side of the person? Come on. A lot of this stuff is just like you have to have common sense leaps. But they came to the Celebrity Center and they rolled out a big list of names with all the kids that got out, and a lot of them are no longer with us because people, and they also came out mentally like with PTSD. They came out damaged because of what they went through.
Well,
You know,
how many people come out of the military with PTSD? Should we shut down the military?
no, it's their no. They're not the military. This is like a freaking cult, and these are children. Okay, there's no children in the military. Okay, I mean, there's a reason why they make you at the age of adult, and the military tests you to see if you're fit for the military. Okay, they do medical checks. They do mental, psychiatric checks. They do the ASVAB test. They make it. You have to jump through a lot of hoops to get into the military as an adult. Same with the police. I mean, you have to go through psychological exam. They don't do that. They take you and whatever, and then they mold you their way. So there's a difference.
I heard it was hard. I don't know.
Hard what? To get in there?
Yeah, it's not like just automatic. Like, hey,
Oh, the Sea Org? Yeah, it's real hard. Yeah, I'm sure you have to be willing to sign a billionaire contract. You have to be willing to disassociate from your life. You have to be whatever. I don't think you have to not be disabled. Yeah, I mean physically, yeah, they're not going to take disabled people. They believe that the abled are to help the abled. They don't believe in disabled. So yeah, you're right in that sense. You're not going to get in if you're disabled. Families, if you bring the families in, okay, then you're bringing in the kids, right?
There's no, from my understanding, there's no families.
Okay, they may not be in. I mean, so the families are involved. There's still the brainwashing going on, right? Still the audit, still all the stuff, still the constant brainwashing. And also another point: the military doesn't pay $47 a week, and yet working 110 hours. They don't do that.
Choice. I mean,
Do kids choose? Can they really choose? I say kids can't consent.
free accommodation, free food, free medical. I mean,
No, they have to pay for their shampoo and everything. And they don't believe in medical. They do it's touch assist. They don't believe in medical. What medical do they get? What medical do they get? They get touched. They get their laid hands on. They don't get medical. I'm going to get it very clear. I don't care what adults do. As long as they're not creating victims. That's the caveat. Like if there's adults abusing adults, I'm against that.
right now you feel like they're creating victims.
Well, I've heard Davey Miscavige, the actual CEO, has beaten up his people, his underlings. Okay.
So anyhow,
So if he's creating victims, no, I'm not for that. I don't want any human being. My problem is with and that's really lame. That means my problem is with the organization, okay, the control, whatever, of Scientology. If you think that I hate all these people in here, you are sadly mistaken. I don't hate anyone. I would be willing to take anyone out of here that wanted to get out. I will help them make sure they got the help personally. I don't want to see any human being hurt. No one. And it's sad that I care about the people in that building more than the people in that building. I'm sure it wasn't zero issues. I'm sure it was delayed by time, and I bet it was. It had to have been. And even if it was being delayed, because they had to try to weave around, you're still taking time off. If it was a trauma, you have 58 minutes, 60 minutes. It's the golden hour for any trauma to get that person onto the surgical table. Okay, well, they shouldn't. It doesn't matter. It's the whole principle of the thing. Are they trauma? I don't know. Are they trauma hospitals? I know you keep justifying their bad behavior, and I get it. They pay your paycheck. I get it. Okay, well, then shame on the city, and I'll deal with them too. I care. It's this is a community. I care. I don't care. Why should they be able to keep this closed? Like they own it. Like give me a good reason why they should be able to have a continuous closure. Okay, so they should be able to because the city allows it. Why should they have to? Maybe we like this street. It's our street. Why are they acting like it's theirs? Well, May, June, July so far. Well, it's been continuous, and we don't know if there's any end of it stopping. No, they don't own this. It's been okay. It feels okay. I stand corrected. It feels endless. Okay, does that change it for you? I guarantee you. Yeah, they sign off because it's Scientology. Okay, well, we'll find out. So far, it's been May, June, July, now August. So we're going into 4 months. We'll see. Huh?
What is street services?
Oh, they don't like to answer. I just have to go to meetings and so they don't like to answer and be held, but they're gonna answer to somebody.
You haven't been able to get any kind of correspondence from no one?
Well, I'm not gonna give OSA all that info. I mean, you have to realize you are talking to OSA. I'm talking to OSA.
More comfortable if I turn the camera off.
Oh yeah, of course, but you can't.
The camera's off. Has the city said anything to you? Have they given you any kind of response? Anything? F off? Anything?
They do not say F off, okay? They said that they are aware and they are getting a lot of complaints about it. And they're not going to go tell me everything that they're doing.
But they said, did they say they've recognized violations? Sorry, they've recognized violations.
Well, the battalion chief said that he's going to go check it out, whatever. I mean, they're not going to come tell me. I'm just a private citizen. It's up for like the higher ups to go make it stop. I'll know when it's heard when this stuff opens up. I'm not, people are complaining. Even the neighbors that are just going up and down here. Oh my God, that's my favorite one. That's my favorite Scientologist over there. I'd rescue him in a heartbeat.
Who?
Ken.
Who's Ken?
You know Ken.
Like heartthrob or something?
No. Stop being sick.
I don't know. You said Ken. Who's
Yeah, that guy Ken. I like Ken because you know what? He cared enough to, he was worried about when a car was coming and told me to get up on the sidewalk and was concerned. And I thought that was very sweet and I appreciated that.
Ken? Car was coming in. I said, "What's your
Okay, then it's very sweet. So I'll rescue you too, but you're not a Scientologist. So I don't have to rescue you. I'm sorry I missed chat. If anyone's saying that I'm harassed, do you feel harassed?
Or is that what they're saying on the?
No, just one person, one troll. It's probably just one troll. Everyone else, no.
No, I'm not being harassed.
See, out of his own mouth, he's not being harassed.
Being harassed.
No, I don't. I feel like we're having a conversation. Because I would feel harassed if I left and said, like, I don't want to talk anymore, and you kept following me, and I'm sure you would feel the same way. Like, if you left, I don't want to talk anymore, and I kept bugging you, then that's harassment. But this is a conversation, and it's between people who don't see eye to eye. So it's a little bit, I don't want to say heated. I think we're being cordial. We're like snarky maybe, but
I don't see eye to eye.
I don't think we see eye to eye. I mean, maybe on some things, like, I mean, we can agree that child abuse is wrong. You just don't agree there's child abuse going on.
If I'm not aware or haven't seen it, then you're talking about.
Right, but it doesn't mean it's not real, though, right? You'll concede to that, right? Right. And he's not. He said himself, you don't feel he's not harassed because this is a mutual. This is called, what do you call it? I can't even think of the word right now. Consensual, right? This is a consensual encounter, people. And it's not people, it's just one person, I think, right? This is consensual. We're both agreeing to have this conversation. And guys, you should know by now, I'm a chatter talker. I like to talk. I like to talk to people. And you, obviously he is too. He wants to know what people think. I want to know what people think, so we're just having a conversation. And then at the end of the day, people can decide what they want to believe with either one of us. They might think I'm the asshole. They might think you are. Who knows, But sometimes it's the little things. Like when you have a planter, right? You got to get the little weeds out too. Because the little weeds become big weeds. Okay, that brings me to my question. If every block in a 5 mile vicinity asked for the same thing, would the city do it?
They probably wouldn't.
Okay, so why do they get away with it?
Because it's not creating the traffic stall.
Okay, but then you see, government's supposed to equally apply. The law's supposed to apply equally to everyone. So if they get endless permits, everyone else should be too. But they're not buying by the rules already. They're already breaking the rules. Because you know what? In their application, it says, "Is there any structures?" And they said no. Yes, but only on private property. So are they considering this private property? They said no structures. This is a structure. It's not the community, it's Scientology. But they're not the community. Yeah, and see how convenient that they buy all the property so they have no dissent because they have to have 50%, so they get all their people to sign off on it. But that's not fair to the taxpayers. Yeah, they purchased like most of these properties, right? They own most of them. And so what? So you think that, and you think anyone, if they own all these properties and this is their people, you think they're going to say no to the, but that doesn't make it right for the community. They're really slick. You don't think that's abusive? You don't see that as abusive? No, not that. Not purchasing the property, but manipulating it to where they get a street closer. Like they want to turn this into a private street, I believe.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Do you think that's true? That they would like to get a street vacation,
Yeah.
and yeah,
I believe that's what.
and I think it's in the works.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't have no proof of that. But it just seems like by doing this that that's what they want.
everything on the street going on. It's not.
But until they get one, creating a de facto one is wrong. See, they're creating a de facto street vacation, which is wrong. I mean, there's no one even going to these events.
I mean,
It's just so they can close it. Let's just be. Can we be honest? They're having these events to just have the street closed, so they have like it's their street to keep people like us from. Because most people, they at first the cops were saying you can't come here. It's closed. I was even threatened with arrest for just coming down this sidewalk because they had it all the way around. I was trying to, yeah, you could be arrested. Okay. Okay. And so they finally got pushed back, LAPD, that no, that it's only vehicles that are prohibited. You cannot do pedestrians. Okay. I mean, you don't have to understand everything I do.
it's like, okay, if
I can advocate for the child thing, but what power do what really, all I can do is bring awareness.
you're just looking for another avenue to, I don't know, harass them or something
No,
like that.
no, to protect the community. The rights, they're the ones harassing the community. They're the ones who, I'm not harassing the community. I'm trying to get the community its street back. How am I harassing? And I'm not harassing Scientology. This is a bogus BS event. They have a huge parking lot. All this stuff could go on there. They're doing this, and you know it. I've hardly seen a handful of people every time I come. Huh?
Say it is. I don't know.
No, it's not. Tell me when there's anyone more than one person here. Like,
Plenty of times I've been here, I've seen people. I mean,
how many? How many? Plenty of time. Like, what, 5 people?
we came back here, it was packed. I mean,
Where, the street?
yeah,
Okay.
packed.
Okay, good. Well, so maybe that's one valid event.
But, I mean,
But all this other stuff, it's closed. It's nothing. Come on, come on. Come on, New Yorkers aren't that. Come on. Were you the Bronx? Are you Manhattan? Are you Brooklyn? Are you Brooklyn? How you say it, Brooklyn?
you're saying, like, hey, keep it real. You know,
Keep it real. You know this is for the street closure. You know.
focus. That's what you're asking me, right?
Huh? Why do I care?
Affected you.
You know what? Maybe I don't know. Maybe I just,
The same level.
maybe it's just a pet peeve. I want my street. I like the street. Okay, I'm contesting the permit, but I'm contesting also that they're not abiding by the permit. Okay, would you at least agree that if they have a permit, okay, say if we can stipulate that the city gave them a permit, they still have to abide by that permit. No, not 20 foot this way. It has to be that way all the way through.
I'm looking it up, but
Look it up.
the thing is 20 foot to allow access.
All the way through. From end to end.
Yeah, you can see it's open.
No, it's not. It's not. There's cement. Does that look open to you? See, here's the opening here. Okay, this is open right here. You got it. And then you turn. Where's the fire truck gonna go? A fire truck. I don't care. I don't care how good they are. They're not gonna be able to get through here. So they have to take the time. If there's a fire, they have to wait for you to come and take that down.
There's no fence on the other end. You just drive straight in.
No, you have to move this.
On the other end, you know,
These things are on both sides.
not the fence.
I know, but the cement's on both sides. You can't. It's not big enough for a fire truck. I'm not an expert witness, but I can tell I'm not stupid either. Well, I would have to hire an expert witness. I'd have to go to LAFD and say, I need an expert witness in court. Can I get my day in court with them? I'd love it. I'll get an expert witness. Do I have to be the expert witness to have an expert witness or to have an opinion? Okay. Oh, as a retired firefighter, I got one saying there's no way.
I don't know. I think Attila could probably.
There you go. Child abuse is certainly a big issue, but not the only issue. It pisses me off that they hoodwink people and try to take all their money. There you go. Okay, people, come on. That's all right. My chat wants to have a conversation with you. Come on, guys. Come on, chat. I'm gonna let you tell him because I've been telling him. He don't listen to me. Mike said, "Hey there, they have events, close streets. Wait, it's going too fast. They close streets, canvas, sell books, everything, and it's all about the abuse. All right, call the fire trucks. Yeah, they're like, call the fire trucks, big man. Okay, call them in.
Just say, I mean, I'm not.
It is the most important issue. I agree with you, Mike. The children is the most important issue. But, sometimes we had to tackle from different points. Because you know what? Just me being here, like, talking about this permit stuff, he wouldn't even have this conversation with me if I wasn't here pestering about this stuff. You know what I mean? So, and now OSA gets to know. But, all right, Steve, wait. Will the ladder truck fit under the bars going right across? No.
So you can let them know the fence moves out the way. If they need to
Okay,
get
but
out,
wait, what time matters? If your house is burning down, there's a fire.
they're going to use the north entrance, and there's no fence to move. You just drive in.
But what if they're over on this side?
They drive
Do they know? Have you given them? Say, hey, if we're burning down, make sure you go all the way around. To that way. That's still time. Don't even insult my intelligence like that, because I don't want anyone. I don't want you. I don't want even anyone to perish in any fire. Not one human being. Not even David Miscavige. Not even the head. I don't want anyone being harmed in a fire. And don't even do that, because I wouldn't be here fighting the way I do for people if I wanted people to die. That's not me. In fact, I would gladly, I'll come out here. I'll give them all the phone number to help them out there. I'll walk them out, and I'll help anyone in this building. I care about people. It's the institution of Scientology that I don't like. And I think even the higher ups could, even though they're so brainwashed, whatever, if they wanted to get out, I would help them out. It's not the people, it's the institution of it. And yes, people are carrying it out, but people can have redemption. You like to put words in people's mouth. I'm talking about not, okay, but under context. What was the context of me saying that?
The auditing and signing contracts.
Right. Not about people in a fire. If that fire's burning, I care about adults then. Oh no, but you're saying I care, I don't care if the adults perish in a fire. Yes, I do. Okay, yeah, that's your bad, because I'm still in the fire. Yeah, that's your bad, because no way, man. I don't want no one being harmed. I'm a peaceful person, even to a level, maybe a pacifist. I don't want anyone being killed, harmed. I don't even none of that. I don't even like the death penalty, man. Oh, I'm going to get my ass arrested? I don't think so. He can't arrest me. He doesn't have the power to arrest me. I mean, let's be right. You don't have the power to arrest me.
I can make an arrest in this capacity.
No, you can't. You cannot. You have no power. You have no authority over me if I'm not breaking the law. And even if I am breaking the law, you don't have the power to arrest me. You could try to do a citizen's arrest, which would require the police. But you don't have the authority to arrest me. Guys, yeah, I have no problem being called Karen. I absolutely love it. Because you know what? I sit there and I give, it's not just Scientology, LAPD too, or the security in the metros. I just want everything done properly. What are they doing? They like to harass people too. Right. The elderly are also made to work and work and work, right, when they should be retired, spend their savings, and have zero safety net when too infirm to take part. That's true. Okay, let's talk about that. Okay, they want to, but I mean, I know there's a lot of people that don't care about the seniors. No, they don't. They don't give them any of the services they need. They leave them on their own. They're left to fend for themselves, and they're seniors. So you give your life's blood to this organization, and then they treat you like garbage. But you're right, they signed up for it. But kids didn't sign up for it. Well, I'm sorry, children are never low on the list for me. Children are never low on the list for me. You know what? But you can't say that until you've educated yourself on it. So if you educate yourself on it and really, really look into it and really fully do an investigation,